Well, in our first segment, we were talking about goalies moving from place to place, or potentially where there are a few goalies that moved this afternoon. Of course, Ilya Bryzgalov guys going to the Minnesota Wild for a fourth-round pick. Then the Edmonton Oilers going the other way, picking up Victor Fast from Anaheim for the same fourth-round pick and an additional pick in 2015. A couple other players also in the mix. Dustin Penner going to Washington, Stefan Robida to Anaheim. A lot of work going on in the last couple hours here today on the eve of trade deadline day. Can we expect even more of a gong show come tomorrow with all the speculation with some of the key names still available?
I'm sure the media is really hoping for a gong show tomorrow, but I can't see the gong show happening. I can't see anything really major happening. Everyone's doing the trades prior now, and I think everything's so close. If you actually look at all the divisions, everything's so close. You only got a couple teams who are really completely out of it. Are the big names going to be going? Are you going to see guys like Kessler? Are they going to actually leave? Is Camilleri going to leave? It's so up in the air, because everything is just so close. And once one team makes one move, it opens the floodgates to everyone else then going to make a move.
Yeah, it's like the first domino going down. And I really think that first domino, at least in the Western Conference, went down with the Buffalo St. Louis trade. Kind of waiting to see what LA does, Chicago. You look at San Jose and Anaheim. All the teams are in the mix in the Western Conference, wondering what they're going to do. Brizzy going to Minnesota, not a big surprise. Minnesota was needing a goaltender. They were talking about getting Marty Brodeur, but because Marty's kids are going to school in Minneapolis. So that's a bit of a surprise that Brizzy's going there. I know the Oilers still want a second and a fourth-round draft pick after all this is done, heading into the draft. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens in Edmonton.
Well, of course, Hemsky being one of those big names that might drop. Gagner, Sam Gagner, that is, also another name that's being brought up. All right, we're going to talk about minor hockey and what's been done here. Obviously, there's no trades, but I will tell you, in terms of the crop of players that are coming out, they've done a fantastic job, from the minor hockey for the major Bantam team to the major AAA team. We're seeing with the Heat and the Bobcats. Even on the women's side, the PWM Steelers. What is that saying about Lloydminster minor hockey and what we're seeing in terms of the product that's going into the postseason and making great runs so far?
The product on the ice is absolutely phenomenal. People should be checking out these games. Yeah. If you think about right now, we have 8 teams AAA level or higher. All 8 of them are in the playoffs currently as of today. So Lloydminster's doing something great with their hockey group. Like, if you look at what the Heat are doing, that team is absolutely phenomenal. The players they have on that team and the people they're bringing out into the next level, into the Baker Hughes team, which are then going to go on to the WHL. You've got such a good crop of kids here. And then go to the girls' side. You got girls like Kennedy Ganser playing for the U18 Alberta team already and picking up gold medals. Like, there's so much talent in this city, and it's absolutely phenomenal that we're producing this many talent.
It's tremendous what the elite program has done. Look on the girls' side of things, you have the Steelers and the Ice Cats, and then the Heat and the Baker Hughes Bobcats. That organization of the whole elite program with the likes of Jason Clegg, and the list goes on with Danny Haygarth. What they have done behind the scenes has been phenomenal, and it's building that foundation. And on top of that, you find good, solid coaches. Like for the Steelers, it's Steve Hughes, Cole Fisher for the Baker Hughes Bobcats, and Travis Clayton for the Heat. And it all starts behind the bench to really blossom these kids into skills. And you have to realize a lot of these kids come from all over the place to play for this team. They're not all Lloyd kids. And to bring them all together as one and play together as a team, it's great. And you look at the Baker Hughes Bobcats, there's about 4 kids on that team that you will not see play in Lloyd again after this season, because they'll be playing in the Western
Conference. They play CAC tonight. Who do you guys got in that one?
Baker Hughes.
Yeah,
They're
Baker
closing
Hughes?
it out.
Yeah, I say Fish and the boys will win it.
All right, there you go. Your lips to God's ears, as they say. All right, we're going to move on to outdoor games. And as much as I like the Heritage Classic, and of course that was back when Edmonton was playing the very first one, the Outdoor Classics, the Winter Classics they have every January 1st, it seems like it's more of a redundancy. You look at what happened over the past weekend. You had Chicago taking on Pittsburgh out in a snowy, beautiful Chicago evening. And then you had Vancouver, which played in the Dome, was a 55,000 seat arena.
Yeah.
That's basically what it was, of course, with the rain in Vancouver. Are you getting tired of the oversaturation of these outdoor Heritage Classic moments? Because I am. 6 games, way too much, and really, I don't see the appeal anymore.
The Vancouver one was a total joke. They had artificial snow. It was an outdoor game played inside. It was such a joke. And to say we had 50,000 people, no, they didn't.
They said over 50,000, but that place seats close to 60.
They didn't even have close to 50. CBC did a great job on that game on Sunday not to show the crowd. You watch the game. They had real tight shots of the crowd. You know why? Because they didn't want to show all the empty seats. To say they had 50, yeah, they sold 50 to corporates. You know, you sell how many tickets to a corporate sponsor? Are they going to use those tickets? No. A lot of empty seats in Vancouver. I thought it was a total joke. The day before in Chicago looked a little better, but at the same time, the bottom line is you're playing in bad conditions. Toronto, Detroit was horrible conditions. Chicago, Pittsburgh was bad conditions. So if you didn't get 2 points in that game, and say if you're in a playoff spot, or if you're looking to get home ice advantage in the playoffs, and you missed by 2 points, you look back to that outdoor game going, what the heck are we doing playing outdoors? We're jeopardizing 2 points because our owner wants to make money. And I know what it came down to this season. They shut down for the Olympics. They had to get some kind of cash cow into the coffers for these owners. So that's why they did these outdoor classics. What LA did was kind of cool with everything they had with the game, but Vancouver, it's a joke.
And I'm with you. 6 is way too many. I think it takes away from the prestigious that the Winter Classic has. My brother went to the Winter Classic. It was an absolute phenomenal event. Even though it was played in the poor conditions, it was still like it's an experience to go. And that's the kind of the argument people make. Well, it's an experience for the fans to go to the game. Well, it is, but you also got to think, yeah, you're giving up 2 points. And, you know, I'd like to see the NHL go to a different direction. Take the marketing somewhere else. You know the Winter Classic works. Don't ruin that, but just keep doing it over. Don't copy and paste in every single, like, why don't we just have
But
every
it seems
team?
to be that's going to be the familiar refrain. However, that was a great topic, guys. We're going to have to take another TV timeout. When we return, we got Over Under next.